Hi, a second channel video, which is kind of not a video, but I put a poll on Twitter and everyone still wanted to see this video. So as it turns out, you'll see it after this. This is shot after the fact. This Haefely Trench ESD gun here, I started to look at investigating getting a different switch because nobody could find the rotary encoder in this thing, okay? Even after asking on Twitter, asking on the forum, and then releasing the video, nobody could find it. So I sat down here, started shooting a video, looking through parametric searches for not a replacement rotary encoder, but a toggle on-off toggle, momentary toggle switch to actually do a similar sort of operation. And that video was in progress, and I was almost ready to push the order key on Digikey, and then, poof, what do you know? One of my viewers from Germany, I'll try and find it, so give credit where credit's due. Thank you very much, Saint Angus, who's from Germany. Hey Dave, took me about 5 minutes to find your part. After the whole internet, couldn't find it. As the text on PCB was in German, I figured you'd search for, I'm not going to try and pronounce that word. Hope it helps. They didn't seem to send to Austria. I could arrange that for you. As it turns out, thank you, but I have already ordered the switch, and he found it. You can get it on eBay. Here it is here, €6. I had to pay significant, postage, so I ordered a couple of these, at new old stock. So there you go. But as it turns out, we can actually search for this and get it because it's got the part number in the title here. And here it is here. It's Birkelin, a World of Electronics. That's a German parts supply, Digikey-like parts supplier, I guess, Farnell type parts supplier. Yeah, they actually sell the part. Apparently, it looks like it's probably still a thing, although the ones I'm getting in new old stock. But anyway, only 93.9743 euros. Thank you very much. But they got 43 pieces in stock, and sure enough, it's called an angle pulse encoder, and it's got 32 impulses per revolution on it. And yeah, we can actually get the data sheet. It is in German, and sure enough, here it is. It's from a company called EBE. Never heard of them. German viewers, leave it in the comments down below. And it's a pulse encoder switch, and sure enough, it's exactly what I thought. There's the actual pinout, and it's exactly what I thought. It's in different directions. So I had found a comment in English somewhere else. Yeah, it encodes, it gives you the different direction thing. So it doesn't, and it shows you the waveform down here, and how if you're going one direction, you get no output from A, and you get an output from the B or whatever, and vice versa. And that's exactly what I was seeing, and sure enough, one of those was actually broken. Yeah, doesn't matter. Right, anyway, we found it. So thank you very much to Saint Angus. He's the only one who found it, but it required someone, a German in Germany, to know the search term to actually search for this thing. Like, everyone was looking and nobody could find this thing. Everyone said, nah, it's a custom thing, special snowflake. No, it turns out it looks like you can probably still get it. And well, you pay 93 euros for it, and now you can see why products like this are so expensive. Like, this is a $10,000 ESD gun, right? And you can see why they're so expensive, because they didn't pay 93 euros for the encoder, but you get the point, right? They use this like encoder that, I don't know, back in the early 90s when this was designed, was that the go-to encoder? I don't know. But anyway, there you have it. We have the encoder. So yeah, I've got 2 on order. So as soon as it comes in, I'll just drop it in. And people voted, sorry, but this video, so the rest of this video is completely useless, but some people voted that they wanted to see it because they wanted to see the process of me searching Digikey. If you want to see me doing parametric search, you got, I don't know, another 20 minutes of it or something. I don't know how long the edit is. Anyway, catch you next time. Hi, follow-up video on this Haefely ESD 1600 ESD tester. Could not find, after I released the video, still could not find any info on that encoder at all. I tried to get some contact cleaner down the shaft, seemed to successfully do that, but it didn't make any difference. And I didn't want to really crack it open yet. So what I'm going to do, considering that one side of it still worked, and the best guess seems to be, is that the outer pin, I have to rewatch my video, but I think it was this one out here. The outer pin was a larger count than the inner pin, so that, you know, every 10 counts or something like that, however it works. So it's like a faster count. So this is the faulty one. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. This is the faulty one here. So I thought the other one works in that direction. So I thought maybe if I simply short out that one to this one, short out these two pins, then, you know, I might have to turn it a lot further, but at least it'll count up. So I think that's actually worth a try. So I'm going to put, soldered it back in, and I'll bridge it, and I'll solder the other buttons back in. I'll put it back together. See if it works. If it does, that's good enough for Australia. As long as I can actually get, I don't care that I have to turn the knob 10 times to get it to increment every 100 volts or whatever. I can do that all day long. Right, so I got that back in, and sure enough, we don't get anything on that pin, but try this pin here, and then we turn it back the other direction, nothing. Look, that's almost going on every click. So I don't know about the, like, every 10th count or something like that, So yeah, I reckon if I can bridge that over, hopefully it's going to work. Otherwise, I've got this completely wrong. That'd be embarrassing. Like, I figure like there's 2 pins for each one, like for each direction. Now I'm getting nothing on the other one. Huh? Now I'm getting nothing on the other one. Zip. Is it more busted? I've got to watch my own video. I'm pretty sure that was the one that was failing before, wasn't it? And these two were okay? Gonna have to double check. But, what? I don't, like, just the act of, like, it's so dodgy, the act of physically taking it apart and then fiddling with it and everything has caused more problems. Could have damaged it even further. So that's a I've, like, just damaged it by physically taking it out and playing with it. I'm not going to muck around with this stupid thing anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find not a replacement rotary switch, but a replacement toggle switch that I can just toggle from one side to the other. So like a momentary switch, so I center off and then momentary switch either side should do the trick. So, you know, you have to like pulse it. So this goes up in 100 volt increments, I think it is, starts at 200 volts. So, you know, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, up to 16. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I can get this thing working, right? So up and down. So I should be able to hopefully replace that. So yeah, we've already got a hole on the front. Okay, so here's the front cover. Now, because this is a 16 kilovolt device, and yeah, you know, warning, Will Robinson, right? You probably don't want metal poking out. Now, most toggle switches, of course, are metal shaft. So I'll see if I can find one that's like a plastic polycarby, poly put the kettle on type material that comes out, and yeah, I can just toggle either side like that. So obviously, right, I've got a front panel to mount it on, right? So I can get your usual, I have to measure the diameter, but I've got the usual hole there, so I should be able to, you know, have like the washer on top, or however I can just glue it in, whatever, right? Now, unfortunately, we've got this metal plate here, right? And what's the distance between the metal plate and there? Well, you know, it could be able to fit, so I may not have to chop out the plastic. Let me get a ruler. So let's call that 9 millimeters with some gap. Well, no, yeah, it's probably less, right? 9 mil, something like that, right? But that got to include the pins coming out the bottom. For example, like I could get a right angle one, I guess, and then have the pins coming out the side and then wire outwards. That'd work. Have them like a right angle coming out here. I wouldn't have it coming out here because it'd probably hit, you know, you risk hitting the pins on the LCD there, but it could come out here and then I could run wires over and under, and, you know, it's doable, right? So anyway, let's have a look for a switch, shall we? Because, yeah, you're never going to get a rotary encoder. It's just not going to happen, right? My audience is large. I've already asked on Twitter, the EEVblog forum, and in my video as well, and nobody's seen this. Nobody's seen it for quids, right? So, yeah, it's a special snowflake rotary encoder, and I've damaged it. I'm not going to be able to repair it. like, no. I'm just going to go for a toggle switch solution, momentary. Let's do it. So let's just go to a random catalog supplier. Let's do Digikey and toggle switches, 37,208. We won't have to search all those because with the magic of parametric search. Now, like we don't want rocker switches, slide switches, you know, although rotary switches, come to think of it, I have used products that have like a rotary switch that doesn't spin all the way around, but it just goes like side to side, and it's just like a toggle switch, like it's just like a momentary thing, and it just goes to one side or the other. That would work as well. So that's it. That's worth a look. But anyway, toggle switch is what I had in mind. So let's go to toggle switches first. Now, here's the power of parametric search. I only got 37,208 of them here, okay? No wuckers. We can narrow this down quite quickly because we know what we want. We want a momentary off momentary, like that. Or you could have a momentary on momentary, right? So we could have like that, okay? We don't want any of the others. Don't want on, off, on, something like that. I want momentary. I don't want to have to flick it and then flick it back. I want a little spring in there that brings it back, right? And you can get momentary on one side, which is on, momentary, you know. No, we don't want any of that, okay? So we've now limited to 4,800. So we can apply that in here, and then we can go, well, you know, like panel mount, something like that. Yeah, we want a panel mount. We could go panel mount right angle. But anyway, let's just take a squiz down here, and you can see that these are all, they're all metal shaft, right? They're all metal shaft. Oh, is that a plastic one? There's a plastic one. There you go. There's a plastic shaft. APEM. Who's APEM Inc? Oh, $89. That's Yankee bucks too. Wow, $90. There's 12,000. No, there's 909 in stock. Wow, that's a special snowflake. $90. No thanks. Anyway, yeah, they're all like, even when you get like a plastic case like that, they're all metal shaft. They're all metal shaft. Anyway, so what I'll do is like, there's no parametric. I don't think that there's a parameter up here for the type of shaft material. I'd be surprised. Features, you know, you might be able to get lucky in features over there. You might be able to get, you know, like a Polly put the kettle on actuator or something. What, yellow actuator, white actuator, you know, stuff like that, right? But anyway, I'm going to I'll spare you the details. I'll scroll through these, just go through page by page. And the good thing is you can just tell by the photos, right? So I'll find some suitable Polly put the kettle on shafts, and I'll get back to you. So you've got little oddball ones like that. That's interesting. Like, you know, that's like a little joysticky kind of thing, left and right. That'd be all right. But that looks big. That looks like a monster. That's APEM as well. $60. It want to be good for $60. Nah, surely these are designed for, like, you know, like arcade machines or military stuff and things like that. I mean, ask me about working on naval vessels one time and designing the weapons consoles. I used to do this, and the amount of effort we put into finding a switch is phenomenal. The meetings we had, interstate meetings. You have to fly interstate to present. Behold our switch. Feel how it operates. You know, feel the power as you launch that missile. You know, it's like, it's serious business. Anyway, I like the look of that one. There you go. That looks like some sort of Polly put the kettle on shaft. So I'm liking that. I'm liking the price. That's $6. Let's go to the data sheet. Oh, that's an NKK. No worries. Okay. General specs. Blah, 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 blah. Distinctive characteristics. Ooh, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway, that does have actuator, glass fiber, reinforced Polly put the kettle on. There you go. Terrific. Yeah, that looks pretty miniature. Okay, it's, you know, 0.1 inch pitch for mounting on PCBs and stuff. This doesn't have, so you'd have to stick, this is not a panel mount. This is PCB mount, so I'd have to glue that to the front panel, but there's plenty of like surface area to glue that on, no problems whatsoever. That'd glue it in, it'd never come out. assuming that it works. And yeah, look, you can get all different types. Momentary has the brackets around it. So yeah, off and then on. So we want a G8. So yeah, a G18, is it? G18. So we want a G18. Is this the G8? Yes, it is. It's the G18. There you go. So yeah, that's exactly what we want. Digikey's got it in stock. No wuckers. That looks pretty good. How big's that? It's that one there. 7mm. Ooh, actually that might do it. And look who showed up. It's Sagan. Oh. Hi.
Hi.
Huxley's in there. There's Mrs. EEVblog. There she is. She's waving. All right. I forgot. What time? Oh, God, it's 4:45. All right, Sagan, what I've got is I've got to replace this rotary encoder. It's busted, but I can't find a new one, so I have to replace it with a toggle switch that goes left and right. Yeah. So I want to see if this bad boy here will fit in here. So
you have to measure it.
I got to measure it. That's it. Oh, I think I soldered that in. Does that aluminium plate in there look a little bit crooked compared to the PCB? It does, doesn't it?
That's very crooked.
Very crooked. I soldered it in crooked. All right. Oh, no, I can bend it back. All right. So, how much room do I got? How much room do I got? That's terrible English.
How much room do I have?
How much room do I have between the top of the metal plate and turned over millimeters? Can you eyeball that between top of the metal plate and the bottom of that?
11mm.
11. Sure, to the top of the plate. I'm putting that at 10.
Nope, 11.
11.
11.
Oh, which? Oh, you're. I'm talking this top side here.
I'm talking. Top side.
Yeah, top
10.
side. 10.
10.
Okay, cool.
10.
All right, you're taking the aluminium plate into account. All right, 10. All right, so that's 10. So this switch, you'll notice here, right? So from the top of here, if I glued it onto that plastic, so from here to the bottom there is 7mm. Okay, it's in 7 is in parentheses there. Okay, so that's metric. The other's imperial. So if the pins are 2.6mm long, 7 plus 2.6 is
9.6.
9.6. Minus, but that's to the top there. So this will stick through the hole in this top, won't it? It'll stick through this hole.
Yeah. So take away the.
So yeah, take away what?
That 1.6.
That 1.6. Yep.
8mm.
That switch is going to fit. There's room in there. I don't even have to trim the pins. Dude, I think we have a winner. And hang on, what's the diameter of this? Does it stick? Whoa. Is there a diameter of the round bit that sticks out?
It's there. That one.
Oh, yeah, it tells you. Yeah, 4. Okay. So what is this? Oh, we'll be lucky. I haven't been lucky so far. What is that? That's 5. Geez, this thing's small. Yeah, that'll fit. That's actually 6mm. No, it's 7. That's going to fit, dude. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right. I'm going to order one of those, and I think we have a winner chicken dinner. That switch is going to fit. But let's go have a look further for. So I'm going to make the order. Have to get these from the US. And I wouldn't order just one. You'd order at least 2, just in case you goof it up. But I said that I would have a look back at. No, go back to switches here. I said I'd have a look at the rotary ones because the rotary one might actually be better. There's a selector switch. Maybe I can get a rotary selector switch. Off, momentary, off, momentary. And we want momentary on momentary. Beautiful. 1,400 of them. Whoa, look at it. Whoa. Yeah. I don't think that's going to fit. Nah, so we're really looking for like PCB ones here, really, aren't we? But they don't actually, do they have? PC pin. There you go. Yeah, because we want 290. There you go. So we apply that. Oh, we got no photos. Hang on. There are all these LW6F. God, how many varieties of those are there? Wow, you can't sort by photo. Actually, sort a centi. I want to. So yeah, screw those. Let's go to rotary switches here, and let's see if we can get a momentary. No, circuit per deck. No, they're not. They're not. No, we don't really. No, no, the momentary is not going to do it. So it looks like there's no parameter in there, like just a momentary side to side. Index stops adjustable. No, no, no. Like, there are probably some out there. There's probably some I could eventually get. But anyway, I think I've found a winner in that one. That looks like it's going to fit height-wise. It looks bigger than... It's smaller than what it looks in the photo here. And I think that's going to work. Fine, 26 weeks lead time if they weren't in stock. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's going to fit in there with space to spare. There you go. That's, you know, or like 6.5 millimeter diameter there. And what was it, a 5 point something millimeter diameter? 4 millimeter diameter. Geez, it'll almost fall out the hole. Unbelievable. Anyway, this sucker's really tiny, but it's got a momentary side to side, which should work in theory. So center pin just goes to ground, and then we've got the existing pull-up resistors in the on the board there, and it should just yeah. I'm going to give it a whirl. So I'll order those, and I'll get back to you. See you in a few days. How fast will Digikey get it? Hang on, here's this other one here I forgot to look at, and doesn't that look nice? It's even got hermetically sealed pins on the bottom. That's very nice. So the reason that they have those, that red sealing on the bottom, is that you could wash these. This one's not PCB mounted, although you could put the pins in large PCB holes. Like if they, you know, if you put it through, if you assemble your PCB and you get it washed and everything, you don't necessarily want those washing chemicals to get into your switches, so you can get hermetically or at least water, you know, protected, sealed switches, sealed switches like this they're called, and yeah, the water has a harder time getting in. So yeah, you can order, often you can order with or without the seal, but that would work because that's a panel mount one. So what is the diameter? Now unfortunately this looks like, is this a catalogue or is this the 11,000 series? Well, no, we've got like the 12,000 series. We've got the 12147. So it's not just a data sheet, it's a catalogue, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know, let me find it. 12,000, here we go. Now, I've gotten to the bottom of this, and, well, they all look like metal shafts, so, geez, I'm really going to have to look at the part number, the 12147. Geez, I don't like this APEM data sheet at all, unless they've given me the wrong, unless they've linked to the wrong one. You know, sometimes it happens. Sealing. See, there's the sealing, as I said. You can get the sealed options. Front panel seal, you can get O-rings for the front panel, your solder lugs, right angles, you know. All these switch manufacturers, there's so many variations. Like you order, you have to get the exact, each number in the part number matters. So if I go to the 12,000 down here, the case, say that one quickly, DAP, diethyl phthalate, something like that. If Mrs. EEVblog, she would know. She's a chemist. Yeah, so I can get momentary, off, momentary, bright, black finish on chrome finish, actuator, on chrome finish, black finish on bushy and actuator. You can get a fluorescent tip. You can get white fluorescent tip to your lever. Nice. No, I mean, this definitely shows that's a poly put the kettle on shaft, if there ever was one. It looks like the same material as the bushing around there, but no, I don't know. I'll have another look. If I can order, well, maybe I'll just order it. What is the height? That pokes out 5 millimeters. And where's the bottom of it? Huh? Hello? Yeah, I want to see the bottom. I don't just want to see the top. More looking at that one there, but in the plastic, and we're talking 13 millimeters deep. No, plus the pins. No, this thing's a monster. And then of course the diameter the diameter of that is 16 millimeters. Nah, we want that tiny switch. No, that's a loser. So I'm back on the toggle switches here. Look at this. Oh, I like that. That might be too high, and it's square. So unless it's tiny diameter to go into, or I can drill out. I can always drill out this plate. You know, there's no problem there whatsoever. And also, I can actually cut out I can actually cut out this plate. It doesn't have to fit in there, but you know, if I don't have to, I don't have to, right? But yeah, I could easily cut out that plate, no problems. So let's have a squiz at this bad boy. $6, got them in stock. Ooh, glass fiber reinforced polyamide for anti-static. Anti-static toggle. How apt. So again, it's the 1/8 there. The momentary off momentary. So you can get smaller ones. So there might be a variation on this with like a small, you don't want a huge, big, toggle getting out of it. So you can get different sizes there. Let's have a squiz. What do we got? Yeah, we're looking at 13 millimeters there. So yeah, we would have to end 16 millimeters on the for the hole there. So that's quite sizable. That's quite sizable, but I kind of like the look of the green lever, that'd be pretty groovy. So I could probably make that one work if I had to, cut out the metal plate and whatnot, but nah. And we can get different actuator types here, winged, but there's no plastic insulated type actuator there, but I can go for a blue actuator. There you go. ESD conductive bushing. Let's go for the blue activator. There's blues, there's only 2 of them. Let's go. Oh, I don't even get a photo with that. Come on, seriously? But yeah, you can't beat photos. Like even before the internet, when we had the catalog this thick, this is the best thing. You just scroll through. So even though there is how many of these? There's 4,800 switches. But I can scroll through these in no time at all, really, and just find ones with an insulated shaft. It doesn't have to be an insulated shaft, but it's just kind of nice. Because remember, right, this is the low voltage board, right? This is the low voltage board, but still, just the vibe of it. You want a plastic shaft sticking out. Ooh, what is that? That one's oddball. It's got a protective cap on the bottom. I'm sure there's pins under there. Yeah. Even more, yeah. There you go. That one's cute. I like that. It's got a yellow toggle there. Oh, at $51. No, thanks. And check it out. That's the same series, but in right angle. So, the G18, isn't it? So if I'm going to get that, if I'm going to get some, I might as well get one of those too. Because, right angle, why not? We could also go into rocker switches, because I guess this is technically a rocker switch instead of a toggle one. So, we could get something there. Momentary off momentary. So if we could go for panel mount, threaded with nut. We could also go for through hole and through hole right angle. And if we go paddle, for example, let's go that. Or we could also go flat. There you go. Then you got your usual types, but not really suitable for round holes. And because we know NKK ones make a nice one here, we can go for NKK and we can just look at the NKK ones. So maybe they've got a nice variant of that. No. Mrs. EEVblog is back. Would you like to help me find a switch, Mrs. EEVblog?
A what?
A switch.
For what?
Oh, for my ESD gun.
What?
For my 16 kilovolt ESD gun.
Gun?
16,000 volt ESD gun. She hasn't seen it yet.
The word gun? No switch, thank you.
What? What? I have to go. I've got a faulty switch. I need to find a replacement.
Ah, right.
Right.
Where do I find it?
On Digikey, we can search through 55,000 switches or something. I found one.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
That's good. I don't need to be involved then.
No. Oh, look, we found our old friend, the G series. This is G28. series, whereas the other one was G18. Yeah, G18. What's the difference? Well, it's got a little knobbly thing on top, little flangey thing on top. So yeah, like, should I just get a knob to put on that? Just to, I don't know, now I'm going to search for knobs. Oh, come on. Oh, I don't mind that. That could work. That's the B18KV. So there's the G18, there's the B18. Like, the number of variants on this is crazy, although that's like the pins extend out the bottom there. So I suspect that that one's not suitable. The pins aren't flat there, extend out. So I don't think that's gonna do the business. I probably have to chop out the metal plate for that one, I suspect. But no, I can get different variations on that. Like I can now search for the B28. I mean, this is getting silly. We can get ones with optional caps. Like, yeah, we can just get any variant of this. So the B18, we can get like a flatted one, a bat one. Anyway, you get the point, right? We've searched through toggle switches. I'll do some more looking. I'll spare you the details. I'll order some. I'll get some. And the next shot you'll see is installing them. Ooh, we can get an illuminated one. Nice.